Hello, everyone. Um, I'm trying this new program here to go live. So we'll see how this goes. I'm going to make this one really short because I can see my lighting is really bad. I've got to set up a permanent station for this. Anyway, I'm pretty excited. Um, I have been invited to come on to another podcaster's feed. I will be interviewed next week, and then I will, of course, share the link and everything when the podcast gets uploaded. But the podcast is focused towards um, families with people with disabilities, but particularly, I think, the autism range of things. So, anyway, I was asked to come on to talk about Tyler and Tyler's bottle service and my experiences as a mom with an adult son with autism and how we built his business and all that kind of thing. So anyway, I'm pretty excited about it. It should be interesting. We will be recording in a studio. So hopefully I will pick up some good pointers and tips and I'll be able to ask some questions. And I'm just pretty excited about it. I'm looking forward to um, starting to branch out. And that means I'm going to actually have to share this page to other people, which is a big, scary thing. I am getting some views, which I find interesting, seeing I haven't given anybody a link to go to these views, but it's all good. So, the business, if you want to do a little research, if you're on Facebook, search Tyler's Bottle Service. A real brief, brief synopsis of our history here. Tyler is 31. And he was born 31 years ago. At 24 weeks gestation, he was 1 pound 5 ounces when he was born. Because of that, he was given less than a 20% chance of survival. He was at Bronson Methodist Hospital in Kalamazoo, and he had a grade 4 intraventricular hemorrhage. He had a bleed in the center of his brain, and the blood seeped into both the right and the left ventricle. So we knew right away that he was going to have some difficulties when there was brain damage. There's no way to get around that. And because of that, it's like, well, okay. And at that point, we didn't even know if he was going to live. So that was the most important consideration at that point. And then, through these years, his growing up has been entirely filled with the consequences of being born so early. He is diagnosed with autism. He has cerebral palsy. He's deaf in 1 ear. He had retinopathy of prematurity, which means his retinas were detaching because of being so premature and then having to live in an oxygen-rich environment in the incubator. So he had to have cryotherapy for that, which is they freeze the outside of the eye, so it stops the retina detaching, but it also then he has no peripheral vision. So that causes some mobility challenges for him. And when he was very small, he didn't start walking until he was 4.5. He did not, this sounds weird, but he did not potty train until he was 7. And he started school in diapers. It's been a long road. We did, PT, OT, speech therapies. We did, you name it. He wore our orthotics. We had equipment. He had a wheelchair. We dragged along an oxygen tank for a while. All of the issues you have when you have a child. When he was little, it was primarily the medical conditions that were our deciding factor on what happened. Oh, every time. Then later, he his therapies as he got older became more focused on being functional in the world. He was general ed with special ed supports. He was integrated. He was general ed classrooms. Tyler is very smart in some areas. In other areas, his autism is showing. So that's pretty typical. And now 10 years ago, we formed his business. It's called Tyler's Bottle Service, like I said. And 10 years later, we've mentored other people with disabilities. He's got a thriving business going. It survived COVID. I'm really proud of him. I'm really proud of how much he's worked. And frankly, it's been a lot of work for me, and my husband as we've created this world for him. So what is happening now is content creators are starting to reach out to other content creators about what's our world like. Maybe one can help another. And there's a lot of content. I was telling the woman today that contacted me that I'm almost jealous. Well, no, I am jealous about this form of media where you can connect with other families. When you have a young child, when you're just going through these things, having that connection would have been so helpful because, I didn't know a lot of people with kids with autism. So I was pretty isolated in what I was doing and the life that we were having to live. And now as society is more aware and there's more awareness about autism, it's really cool to see all the resources that are opening up and all of the connections. But a lot of that is happening with the younger generation. So very often they're young, they're still in school, often just getting diagnoses in elementary school, pre-primary, preschool. So anyway, now if we've got adults, your cute little child has grown up and now they're an adult, what do you do? And the realities of I'm not going to live forever. I mean, Tyler's dad passed away 5 years ago. So the realities of that, the thought that I've got to build a world for him when I'm no longer here, it's very much at the top of my mind. And how do I network? How do I create that? And part of that has happened through his business. So I'm really looking forward to having this discussion with her. Already just on our first phone conversation, she had some networks that I don't have. And so I was really excited to be getting those so that I can connect with some new resources in the area. I really kind of disengaged from a lot of resources a while ago. I feel pretty strongly about our world not just revolving entirely around autism. I didn't want Tyler to grow up thinking of himself differently. So I didn't do a lot of some of the stuff when he was younger, because that's not what I wanted his identity to be. I wanted him to be Tyler, a normal human being who happens to have these challenges. And our family, our life, we have other children, and I didn't want our world to be built like that. So really doing a lot of networking is something I kind of backed away from for a while. And now it's time to re-engage and start looking at, okay, what's Tyler's next step? Tyler's 31. He still lives with us. Realistically, I need to start looking at the future. And sorry, a bird just went by and distracted me. And where's he going to live, and how am I going to build for the next stages of his life? So this will be a fun conversation. I'm really looking forward to it, and I just kind of wanted to come on and share that a little bit. So I hope everybody has a great day, and I'm going to play with this new program and see if I can figure out how to use it. Have a great day, everyone.